don't need a lot. Sometimes you just need one light. Dial it in, angle it right, and suddenly the ordinary turns into something special. Maybe even sinner of... the word has escaped me. But what do we do when the biggest light of them all, the high-ranking officer of the sky, the lieutenant of light, the big hot bastard, what do we do when he is gone and we are back to the ordinary? Grey is England.
Where has that sun gone? I don't know. Don't ask me.
This cardboard cutout wanker knows. The fake smile says he does. What have you done with our friend in the sky? Because I will no longer stand in the hollow grey purgatory that is England.
Show yourself!
And I will no longer stand for the lies of this so-called weatherman. Where are you keeping him, you full pint of fuck? Where is our sun, and where are his golden rays? And where are you? Because England will be grey no more. Right, Cool and the gang, let's get stuck in with the first scene. Now I'm going to deliver this behind the scenes, talking to you lot through the mirror like an absolute psychopath, which I'm absolutely fine with, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's how we're going to do it. Right, first off, the light. Which light did you use? I used the Falconized Rolleiflex LED light. Are they sponsoring the video? No, they are not. Why did you use it? That's easy, because it has a shallow softbox so you can easily tuck it out the way, which is especially good if you're filming in a tight or awkward space. Plus, it's very, very lightweight, so you can pick it up like multiple times and move it about and you don't feel tired whatsoever. Which is good, because nobody wants to run out of puff while they're trying to make a video. So as you can see, the location I'm shooting in is not that inspiring, to be honest. It's just the back end of our studio. And to be quite Frank Butcher about it all, it looks like a shithole. But like I've said before, putting a little bit of effort into the set design and art direction can go a long way to transforming an otherwise bland space and something that could ever so slightly resemble a scene from a film. And there's something to be said for having good props to hand to be able to populate your scene and create the world in which your character lives in, which in this case is a sort of trainee psychopath who lives in the basement of their mum's gaff. Right, let's crack on with the lighting setup. So yeah, very, very simple. Just one light, which I armed out to be directly over the top of the armchair to resemble an old ceiling lamp. Now, colour temperature wise, I've gone for 43,000 Kelvin, so it's slightly on the warmer side, so it feels like an old basement fluorescent lamp rather than, say, a modern daylight LED lamp. And then to keep the lighting low-key and gloomy to fit in with the basement aesthetic, I've used a grid on top of the softbox to stop light spilling out onto the walls, so that it's just a pool of light above myself. Because yeah, I don't want light going all over the shop. I want that. I've also angled the light slightly so it's behind me, so I'm a tad bit backlit to separate myself from the background. Then I've made sure that my huge 5 head of a melon is rested against the back of the armchair to avoid me becoming some sort of shadowy silhouette like I'm a witness on Crime Watch, which obviously ain't the look I'm going for. And yeah, so with my head in this position, we've got a nice bit of shadow at the bottom of my jaw, which is creating some nice shape to my face. And to all those people out there saying, hang about, there appears to be 2 lights in this scene, I'd just like to say that the light that comes with the hallway is doing absolutely sod all. So just fucking calm down and have a glass of milk or something. Yeah, I'm so relaxed. And then to give the scene a final bit of panache, I drenched the room with a bit of haze.
Ah, we make cinema.
For the car scene, I shot this around blue hour, so I had some natural ambient light to work with, although by the time I set up, I might as well have been filming inside a fucking coffin, it was that dark. But there was just enough light left to make it work. So the Falcon Eyes can run off your standard V-Lock batteries, which is pretty handy seeing as there weren't exactly any plug sockets knocking about this car park. There was, however, a security light, so I used that as motivation for where to put my light. Then I set the colour temperature to match the security light to help sell the idea that it's lighting up the whole side of the car. Then whacked the brightness up to 100%, which gave me just enough punch to light the scene, which I was very thankful for considering I shot this on the Blackmagic OG, which is notoriously a bit Michael Mouse when it comes to dealing with low light situations. Then for the mid shot, I brought the light in closer, placed it slightly to the front of my face to wrap the light around myself so that the shadow side of my face didn't fall off into complete darkness. And do you know what? I'm really chuffed with how this all came together, and I'm really happy that this random, strange little camera was able to make an appearance, because I think it goes to show that having a decent prop can really help to elevate the production value of your videos. Plus, you know, it's a really good excuse to buy random bits and bobs that you most definitely probably don't need. Weather. I've called this next bit a bonus bit because it doesn't really have anything to do with lighting, but I thought maybe there's some interest in how we did the final reveal shot. Yeah, we just dropped a massive carpet from the mezzanine, which sounds straightforward enough, but like everything in life, it definitely was not. After a couple of failed attempts due to a very, very sturdy carpet that would give an actual wall a run for its money, we decided to go for a more lightweight cloth material, which sorted us right out and meant we could all finally go home. And there we have it, cinema level quality with, yeah, literally just one light.
Not interrupting anything, am I? Nothing important, I hope. Not as important as the weather. Do you recognise this? Seen this before? I've seen this before, I think. Been interrupting any important weather reports recently?
No way, Jose, not me. Wouldn't do that.
Does the slipper fit?
Probably not, don't think.
Yes, it does. But you're no Cinderella, are you? No, you're a liar. You look like someone who interrupts important weather reports.
No, not me, Governor. I would never do that. They're really important weather reports, aren't they? You would never.
You would think so. Yes. Yes. Do you really believe that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I would never. I would never do that. Never. I didn't. Not me.
I hear porkies in my ears. I see those lies behind those eyes. Sometimes I can taste them. Lies.